In order for us to heal our root chakra, we must heal our connection with our lineage, with our bloodline. And this is not just about this life, the current life you're having or experience, but this is about our tree of life. Do you know what I mean? So when we're talking about ancestral healing, we're talking about going deep within our root chakra. And our root chakra is our connection to Mother Earth. That means that we need to be asking ourselves, what is my connection with the planet? Do I feel grounded, safe, provided? Do I feel a sense of freedom, a sense of liberation? Do I feel like I belong here? Right? This is what I'm talking about. What happens when we are not grounded with the mother? We're disconnected. What happens when you're disconnected from the mother? You're also disconnected from your ancestors. And when we are disconnected from our ancestors, and when we still are rejecting our bloodline, when we still are rejecting our skin color, when we're still rejecting our families, where we come from, the place to where we were born, then you are living your life conflicted, in separation. And so what happens? We create new characters and we wear masks and we move in life trying to fit in and belong, and we become other people. And this is not to separate us. No, obviously we are all interconnected and we are the children of Mother Earth. Yes, we are the children of the universe, of the stars. Yeah, but we're here having a human experience. You have your body of flesh and bones. Correct? You have a mother and you have a father, too, human. Doesn't matter, you didn't grow up with your father or your mother and they are not here in the flesh. They're here in the spirit. They exist within you, through you. They exist. And so we have to reconcile. We have to learn to communicate very differently with the earth, with our ancestors, with the past loved ones. This is the root chakra. If you are bypassing the root chakra, then what happens? We go into the higher chakras. You cannot leave the lower astral planes if you are not grounded. Because believe it or not, and now I'm just here sharing, take what resonates and leave the rest. Our ancestors, together with our higher self and our spirit guides, okay, they are keeping. Sorry, I got distracted by a fly. I don't like it. And so now I'm dealing with it. Coming back, let me remind you. When we are disconnected from our root chakra, then once again, we go in life trying to be someone that we are not. This is to when we are very conflicted and we are like trying to negate the fact that we might are rejecting our lineage. I'm just going to say it like that. We go into rejecting our lineage. We go into insecurity. We're disconnected. We are seeking to be above, or we're placing ourselves below. And we get lost in the stories of, society's stories. We get lost in our human suffering and our pain, and now it becomes a whole battle. Why? Because you're feeling conflicted within, because you're feeling disconnected within. Without working through the root chakra and reconciling with your relationship with the earth, you cannot get out of survival. You are in survival because you're living disconnected from the earth, from your bloodline, from your family of flesh and bones. And this is not to say that, oh, let's dismiss their behaviors and there's being unfairness and all of this. I'm not talking about that. We're talking about reconciling from a place of a spiritual understanding, which means we know better, right? You came here to have a human experience. You know that every soul is going through their own journey in life and they're going through their soul evolution. You were meant to teach your family things and your family are meant to teach you too. So this is what I'm saying. And so when we're working through the root chakra, we're healing our relationship with finances, with resources. We're healing our understanding of what is to feel safe. Where does true safety come from? What does it feel to be an abundant person? And so we're releasing labels and attachments, and we're releasing unhealthy people, unhealthy relationships. We go through a process of transforming and reconnecting with the mother, and this journey requires, to go back to nature in some kind of way. And this is why the practices of meditation and prayer, going in nature, so many of you have been taken, rip apart from our families, or there's been divorces, separations. Many people are going to go through what? Many like losses, right? But there are losses, but things will come back to you like tenfold. So if you're attached to the material world, if you have created identities and a sense of self-worth, and and in your material stuff and brands and superficial stuff, then you're gonna go through the challenges, right? Let's say you have this attachment to a fancy car, and now you're attached to your car, and now something happens to your car, and here goes the trigger, right? So I'm just here bringing, sharing information and offering you a perspective. Like I said, I know that there's a lot of telling. I like sharing. I like to empower people and to sit with things, think things all the way through it. Be a critical thinker, right? Um, I am inviting you guys to really ask yourself, have I reconciled with my lineage? You see, there are many people who wanna be that. Okay, and maybe your lineage is not coming from the, let's say, that country. You know what I mean? And so this is not to create separation. What we're talking about here is, what are we being asked to heal? This is the thing, right? Healing requires surrendering. It requires to be very receptive and very detached and open to follow divine guidance. Healing is going to challenge anything that you are attached to. Anything, you name it. What are you attached to? Belief systems, people, relationship, material stuff, ways of seeing things, ways of communicating, ways of doing, ways of responding or reacting to life. Everything is on the table. You're going to be challenging every way. And so let's say that you were born, in Europe. There's a reason why you were born in Europe. There's a reason why certain things are calling you. But let's say that you have rejection towards Europe, people in Europe, you know what I mean? Then you're trying to, let's say you're trying to force yourself going into something else. So I don't know you, I don't know your life. In order for me to help you, obviously we will have to talk, and then I can, guide you and channel from the ancestors. What I'm saying here is sit with it. go deep within your lineage and your ancestry, and also right with the spiritual understanding that we are all interconnected. And yes, we are the freaking human race, you know what I mean? Yes, but you might be guided to go to a particular way of healing, or to attend to a certain aspect of your lineage, right? I mean, like me, look at me, right? I'm indigenous, obviously, right? But I'm also European, and all of the things. For me, I'm all of you. For me, I carry all of the flavor. But I know and I am aware of what is it that I'm working with, who are the ancestors, and from what lineage they are guiding me, right? Right now. That's what I'm saying. And so that's something very beautiful too that comes with the root chakra, because then you're going to be surprised. You're going to say, what? Let's say that you were very attached to your skin color, and then here shows up an ancestor, and this ancestor does not look like you right now, and the skin color is not matching, and you're going to be surprised, like, what is this? And yes. This is where healing happens. This is when you realize that the moment you're pointing your fingers and rejecting people, you're rejecting yourself, you're rejecting your lineage, you're rejecting your humanness, you're rejecting yourself. The same way to when we are hurting others, you're hurting yourself. The judgment you place upon others, you're placing it upon yourself. So healing the root chakra is what is going to take you into your humility through embracing your humanness. It's never, ever about escaping our humanness. If you are in rejection of humanity, saying that we are so low vibration, saying, oh, I question the humans, look how they act. If you are that kind of talking, sit with it and ask yourself, who is speaking? Because if I am at peace with humanity, I'm at peace with myself. This is not to dismiss that I see the imbalances within the feminine and the masculine. This is not to see how messed up, we as humans can be when we are blinded by our ego and our suffering. However, my judgment is no longer about I'm better or less or none of that. It's just about awareness. It's about learning more about me, learning more about humanity. And if you think about it, when you are witnessing those kind of imbalances, you're being presented with a gift. You can choose, who do you want to be? What kind of qualities as a human being do you want to embody? When you start to look at the human vices, when we look at people, what happens when we're holding on to vanity and materialism and greed and desire for power, right? That is, to a degree, mirroring something that exists within us, because we are here having a human experience. We share the same fears, we share the same challenging emotions. Most of us have the freaking same trauma at the end of the day. So what I'm saying is that if you are rejecting your humanness, forget it. You are not grounded with Mother Earth. If you have a problem saying, I'm a child of Mother Earth, and recognizing and feeling it and embody it, which means I act on it, which means that how you're going to live your life changes. Because that's something else. We can talk about it, but where is the embodiment, right? Our actions, what we are creating, what we are doing is going to speak louder than just the quack, quack, quack. You know what I mean? And so our root chakra is about healing our connection with our humanness, with this planet, with our lineage, your relationship with food, your relationship with money, your relationship with your blood-related family, your relationship with others. What is your perception and perspective of the world? What is your relationship with God or nature or the divine, right? That's something else to sit with it, because your relationship with the divine is gonna ripple into your relationship with yourself, that then ripples into your relationship with the world, with others, with the world around you, with your environment, with romantic relationships, friendships, family, community, you name it. And so I was guided by the primordial mothers and the ancestors to speak about this. It's in my heart desires that you sit with this information and you ask yourself, these questions. May you be blessed on your journey. Thank you for being here. Namaste and blessings. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and you can even let me know if this resonated. I love you guys so very much. May you be blessed. Peace.